Welcome back. Now, Stadio boasts a 23% jump in headline earnings per share. This thanks to an increase in student numbers. The higher education group expanded its student base by 9% in the first semester and 10% in the second. The growth is attributed to good cost controls and efficiencies, and the final dividend is up by 12%. Company CEO Chris Vorster joins us for a closer assessment of this report card. Chris, an absolute pleasure. A good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Noluthandu, and thank you for the opportunity.
Chris, a really strong performance, all key metrics literally in the green. Let's talk about the period that was.
Yes, thank you. Very exciting to share this set of results with the market today. We are actually very blessed with good student number growth during the year. We see in the second semester, student numbers went up by 10%, which I think is a really great achievement under these tough economic times. And so overall, as you say, a solid set of results. We're really excited with Stadio's performance.
Let's also talk about costs during this period, Chris, and how we have adjusted to the high inflation and high interest rate environment.
Yeah, we do see, I think it's generally through the whole South African market, consumers are taking strain. We can also see that in our business, where I don't want to say we have more students who can't pay, but what we really do see is that students take longer to settle their fees and their tuition fees, but generally still they have the intent of settling their accounts and continue with their studies.
It is a very comforting thing to see. Let's also talk about, the mix between contact learning and distance learning, Chris, and what we are seeing emerge there.
So at Stadio, we are predominantly distance learning with more than 80% of our learners studying in the distance learning mode. And but I need to say that during the 2023 year, and if we look at what is happening currently in the 2024 academic year, we see very nice growth in our contact learning business, and especially new student growth looks very encouraging.
And with that said, let's talk about the capital allocation. Very exciting constructions in the pipeline. Chris, where are we with those? And I'm also keen to find out if, expanding that contact learning, ability within Stadio will be the long-term focus.
Yeah, no, that's definitely for me the highlight of our presentation today was the announcement that we will continue, or we will start with the construction of our new big comprehensive Durbanville campus. The capital allocation for that would be for phase 1, 220 million, and then an additional 100 million for phase 2, but that would be only in about 3 to 4 years' time. The first phase will accommodate approximately 2,700 to 3,000 students, so a nice campus. We anticipate to open that campus in 2026. And if we look at our current student population at our smaller Bellville campus, it looks good that we will open that campus with approximately 1,000 students, which really put us in a strong position in running that campus at profitable margins. So very exciting times for us here at Stadio.
And then let's talk also just about the growth strategy. I think for me, when I was going through the presentation, very exciting plans there to keep moving. I think at the end of the presentation, you said 100,000 students is possible. Let's talk about this plan, Chris.
So yes, I think our first target now is to get to that 56,000 students that we've promised in our pre-listing statement. We said that we will get there by end of 2026. Looking at our current student numbers, this is really achievable. To get there, we only need to grow by 6% per annum. And as I've already indicated, we show constant growth of anything between 9 to 11% annually. So definitely achievable. Our strategy is really to build a comprehensive institution, meaning not just for contact learning, but also for distance learning. I think in the past, we've seen a number of private institutions being niche offerings, focus on 1 or 2 schools. Stadio is taking a different view to that. We really want to give a comprehensive offering everywhere we offer our program, whether it's distance learning or contact learning. And we believe that's the way to really continue with our growth, as well as being in a position to also offer higher education at profitable margins.
I must also ask you, Chris, just about, Stadio still continuing the journey of being a real competitor to the traditional universities, but also really carving out its own journey. And what's really been interesting is the conference of PhDs or doctorates. Let's talk about that, building the research leg within Stadio, because, of course, I think that's what we're trying to do here. And also trying to bring on, traditional partners like NSFAS, for instance. Is that on the cards, for inclusivity purposes as well?
Yeah. Noluthando, yes, we are really very proud about what we've achieved over the last few years in offering quality, especially postgraduate studies. As I've indicated in the presentation, we see really good growth in especially our master's and doctorate programs, invested a lot in senior academics to really do this well. As I've indicated, we don't just want to offer a doctorate. It must be a doctorate that can compete with any doctorate offered at any of our big public universities. And we're very confident that we are actually having a really quality offering. The NSFAS, unfortunately, as a private institution, we are not qualifying to receive any funding in that regard. As it stands currently, it's only available for public universities.
Well, we'll be watching that one closely, Chris. Unfortunately, it's all the time we had many more questions for you, but it's always fantastic speaking to you. Thank you so much for your time today. And that was the Stadio CEO, Chris Vorster.